paradigm of absolute control. And that's why we're just out here doing simple things, pointing out that we're meant to be in nature and be natural. And this is where we find the source that God made to transcend the New World Order. And that's why they want to try to keep us out of it.
I'm angry. I've had enough of these people. They're a bunch of Christian murderers scum. They're on giant death factories keeping babies alive and selling their body parts. What more do you need to know about these people? I go out and face these scum. They literally crawl out from under rocks. They have green looking skin and they run around screaming, we love Satan, we wanna eat babies. I have them on video. Hillary's in the creepy weird sick stuff, man. She sleeps in the same room with that creepy weird woman whose mother wears a hood over her head. What the hell? That woman number one is ugly. Imagine how bad she smells, man. I'm told her and Obama just stink. Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur. Literal vampire pot and the goblins are hobbling round coming after us. My spirit gets close to that evil and I feel it go. We're such self-centered crap. We don't even notice hell itself rising up against us. Millions of pointed people of the very worst type, and I'm so pissed. We're gonna stab your daughter at the mall. We're gonna stab your wife, your son. We're gonna stab you with a butcher knife, and then the police chief is gonna say, we love our Somalis, we love our Muslims. Oh, they're so good, oh, they're so sweet.
I'm sweating like a country pig. I'm gunning beers and taking swigs of ice cold Jack. We're at the track, it's racing day, we're getting smacked. I never really understood this NASCAR shit. I thought, how could I be impressed when cars go left? But then I went and baby, it's the best. The ladies here are fine as spring. They'll hop to a ride on that thing. There's beer and whiskey everywhere. There's smoke and rubber in the air. I'm gunning beers, I'm shooting Jack. We're here all day, 500 laps. And when they start them engines up, man, my heart it starts to pump. Cause Lord, them cars go round and round on hot black asphalt racetrack ground. We're all obsessed, they're turning left. The beer and rubber, perfect mess. They're going fast, they might just crash. And if they do, these ladies flash their country tits. I must admit, I understand this NASCAR shit. It's hot and loud, we're in the crowd. We're watching cars go round and round. We're in the South, the USA. We fly that flag each goddamn day. And when it's time to watch a race, we crack a beer right on our face. We watch them cars go fast and left. This NASCAR shit's the fucking best. Cause Lord, them cars go round and round on hot black asphalt racetrack ground. We're all obsessed, they're turning left. I'm drunk as shit, I love this mess. They're going fast, they might just crash. And if they do, these ladies flash their country tits. I must admit, I understand this NASCAR shit. Oh, them cars go round and round on hot black asphalt racetrack ground. We're all obsessed, they're turning left. A dirty summer country mess. They're going fast, they might just crash. And if they do, these ladies flash their country tits. I must admit, I understand this NASCAR shit.
Persons under 18 will not be admitted.
In a world where a checkered flag is just the start, meet Ryan Wheeler, the would-be champ who seems to have run his last lap. But when a mysterious figure offers Ryan a dark bargain, promising the throne of speed, he strikes a deal with the devil that will make him ride and die. From ball-busting YouTube sensation and Arkham Menard's NASCAR breakout racer Cody Dennison comes his first kick-ass comic creation. This won't be your average ride. It's a tale drenched in bone-chilling horror, soaked in violence, and wrapped around the curves of both the track and the sexiest women that'll make you forget the road ahead. Experience the race of a lifetime, or the damnation of your very soul. Will Ryan outrun his demons, or will he burn in the fiery pits of hell? Don't miss out. Get Cody across the finish line. Back Ride and Die on Indiegogo.
I have read a lot of books, and I think I'm a smart man here. However, there is one book I'm really excited about. It's one coming out soon, and it will blow you all away. The book is called Ride and Die. It's about some race car driver and some big titty demons. My good friend Cody Ake Camelot 331 wrote it, and it is amazing. You should all go back it on Indiegogo, just like I have.
Hey, you. You're finally woke.
Are you guys aware that we almost see no titties in movies anymore? And we only see titties. Has anyone noticed this? Yes, I love titties! Big old titties!
Howdy, you big old bitches. Welcome back to the Camelcast show on a Monday. I'm worn slap to piss out. I have no energy. I totally forgot to eat again. I ate a boiled egg when I got up, and then I went to the gym. Then I ate a protein bar. Then I drank a protein shake a few hours later, and then I forgot. Now I'm here. So I was wondering why I wanted to die recently. I was sitting here like an hour ago, and I was like, man, I don't think I can stream. I'm like really low energy. Totally forgot to eat again, like I do almost every day now for some reason. So welcome back to the show. Hope you guys are doing great. I love you. I appreciate you. So if you want to get me some calories, let's hit that fight milk. Cash Kester with 5 get the memberships. Thank you, Cash Kester. I feel like I haven't seen your name in a while. Love you, dude. Billy Hatcher with a huge pink boy, putting us a red and a gold and a teal from a rainbow knot. There it is. The Karens didn't cancel you. They canceled themselves. Probably cost the guy a lot of money since nearly every cosplayer left the con. Cancellation only made you stronger. If you strike me down, I will become stronger than you can possibly imagine. And you got more stuff. Yeah, dude, it's been a really, really good time. I signed a deal today with a PC company officially. I'm so excited to announce them. I don't know if they want me to announce it just yet, but you'll know soon. So finally, I'll have a custom PC with my dumbass face on it. Color coordinated, maybe. I don't really know how they're going to build it, but they're going to send me a custom piece, and I'm very excited. And it's going to be able to play Crysis at a 60 frames. Thank God, finally. Thank you, Billy. I appreciate you. Jenny with an orange boy says, hi, I like to stream, you beautiful people. Love you, Jenny. I miss you, Jenny. Where's the emails? I thought we were friends. You just don't like me anymore? What the hell? Thank you, Jenny. I love you. Appreciate you. Hugo Antano. Nice hat. Thank you. Thank you again, Jenny. I love you, baby. I appreciate you. Everybody give Jenny some love. Yes, it's my Arizona hat that Raken Knight bought for me. Thank you, Raken. He flew to my house, and he just handed this to me. He's like, it's a present for you. And I'm like, oh, thanks, man. All right, boys. Ship me your old comp? No. If my old PC is going to go in my music studio, bro. It's still a rocking PC. Got like a 3080 Ti or some shit in this thing. It's pretty good. But new one's going to be jacked to the gills. So it'll become my new studio PC. And then my music studio is going to have my old PC. My music studio right now has a laptop that can barely do shit. All right. So we got a lot to talk about today, boys. I've gotten several very interesting DMs since I released my most recent video. And they're all saying wild shit about the cancellation of your boy. Your beautiful baby boy was canceled viciously. No one cares. No one was there to protect me. Not even Billy Hatcher. The only person who cared was Retro Wolf and Saturn Steve and Pac-Man Ace and Bucks. That's it. Everybody else hates me. And Austin. I love Austin. Love that man. Good man. But everybody else said they would rather me die than they ever help me. But at any rate, a lot of DMs to go through that's going to change your life. Your life will never be the same after this stream. Okay. So you might as well go and buy a cutoff t-shirt like Erikias and flex because the stars are bright today, boys. Van Ricks with a pink boy. Pac-Man case. I thought it was Pac-Man Ace. Listen, Retro Wolf, I can't win all of them. All right. Listen, damn you. Bro, you're the best YouTube streamer on the planet. I doubt it. I diggity doubt it. Thank you, man. I love you. I'm at least in the top 30 probably, though, right? At least. Thank you, Van Ricks. I love you. Pink boy on the deck, one red boy, and a gold boy from a rainbow night. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Love you, Van Ricks. Really, really big shout out. I don't know whose pooch that is, but I like the pooch. Let's do it. All right, so thank you. Thank you. Oh, yeah, Kirsha did back me. She's the GOAT. I love Kirsha. There was a part of me that was like, I want to reach out to Kirsha and say, you want to come on a show? She'd probably be like, listen here, bitch. I still hate you. I'm like, oh, shit. I misconstrued the situation. All right. Before we get into it, let's cover a few bases like usual. I run in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series right now. If you don't know, we race NASCAR. I will be racing at Pocono in 2.5 weeks. So don't miss that. Pocono, Pennsylvania, big tricky triangle. I also have an opportunity to run the NASCAR Xfinity Series. If you guys own companies, small companies, or something you want to get involved in sponsorship, always reach out to me, DM me, all that good stuff. Get the hell on it, doggone it. That being said, I will be appearing at the Southeast Game Exchange July 18th through the 20th. Giving away free shit, signing autographs, all that good stuff. Come see you, boy. Go get you a ticket to it. Retro Wolf posted the link in the chat just now. It's going to be a jumping ass time. Do not miss this shit. It's going to change your life. Okay. We're going to have a lot of fun. And then also, okay. Also, the big thing today is I have decided, out of the goodness of my heart, okay, to do a massive giveaway. Okay. This giveaway is going to rock your socks, boys. It's going to rock your socks. Let me tell you how to enter the giveaway. It is free, obviously, because I ain't trying to charge you guys nothing. It is free as hell. All you got to do is go to the link that I provide and like my most recent post, obviously, because you'll see the post and you'll understand why. Go like that and you're entered to win, boys. I am not just giving away one item. I'm giving away an ass ton, okay? As much as I could possibly afford. So go like that, and I'll post the link here in 2 seconds. Make sure you use the link I post you. And go like that. If you do not have an Instagram, make one, because you'll get double entries if you make one. Okay? This is how this is going to work today, boys. So here's the link. Right now, I need you guys to all go do this immediately. Immediately. There you go. All right, there's the link, boys. Now let's start the show. Thank you, Holy Ozone. We got to get some Isaiah voices, read these, but man, I don't know how that shit works. I'm sure they're going to have it soon. Okay? I'm sure they're going to have it soon. So, thank you. What's up, Neto? Thank you, Rob. I love you, Rob. Well, now we're officially one red boy from a Rainbow Night, and that will make us halfway to the snake for the 460th show in a row. Thank you, Rob. I love you, Rob. I love you, Rob. All right. So, let's start. There's your link for the Instagram giveaway. I will be giving away a shirt or a pullover or whatever I have, okay? So, go to the Instagram link I just posted. It'll take you to my profile. Click the most recent post, which is obviously a shirt. It's my new merch. And you just like it. That's all you do. Because it shows me who all likes it. It's pretty easy. And if you don't have an Instagram, make one. There you go. Because then you get double entry. Woo! Double the chance to win, baby. All right. Now, that being said, it's time. There you go, Felwin. I put it on Rumble, too. Well, dang, I stay away from Insta. Well, you don't have to stay on Instagram forever. I'll announce the winners on here or something. Dawson Fair, what's up, dude? All right. All right. So, we have a ton of DMs to go through, and one of them is very long. So, guys, if you don't remember, I know I say it every day, and I was only supposed to talk about this one time, but apparently we're a week later and we're still talking about it. So, I was canceled recently from the Game and Geek Expo in Raleigh, North Carolina. Apparently, I was too controversial. Okay. Now, people are shifting blame left and right. Okay. If you want to know the exact the recap, I have like 2 videos recapping it already that are up on my channel right now. But that being said, everyone is shifting blame to a new person or new group of people, including the people directly in power. But I have 3 DMs today, one of them of which is long as all piss out, that are all saying some pretty crazy shit about the people directly involved in it, all working in these things. Very, very insane. Very, very insane. So, get the hell on it. Diggity dog on it. We're going to read it. We're going to have a lot of fun. I'm very excited to have some fun tonight with my boys. So, is an ass ton of metric shit ton? Yes, sir. It's roughly the same. It's roughly the same. All right. Where's Sean? I don't know where Sean is. He's probably playing damn Vampire Survivors. He's sucked in. He's sucked into Vampire Survivors too hard, boys. All right, boys. So let's start the show. Appreciate you guys so much. Make sure you like the stream. Let's get past that 400 like goal and have a good ass time doing so. And of course, don't forget Wednesday. Don't forget Saturday. A lot going on. Very excited to see my boys. Intimidator says, here's another gold, Cody. One step closer to that rainbow and fight milk. Anyways, hope you're able to get sponsors together so you can keep living the dream. Now, to check out the link Get on it, doggone it. Thank you, Intimidator. The link is right here. I'll be posting it a ton. Give it some love, and let's make that shit happen. Thank you, Intimidator. And don't forget, if you do not have an Instagram, make one. Like it, and then log off. There you go. You ain't got to do anything else. If you have a Facebook, they're the same company. You can just, I think you can probably just make one by logging into Facebook. I don't really know. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Anyways, all right. It might be a buttload. That's for damn sure. Thank you, Intimidator, for your goal, boy. So let's start. I'm going to pull this up. Let me put this on a notepad, I guess, because I don't want to pull up my emails. That's weird. I don't want you to see my nudes. I don't want you to see my nudes, guys. All right. Okay. I'm making sure this person didn't out themselves. Thank you, Intimidator. Appreciate you, buddy. 350 until 460 naked snakes in a row, boys. Can you believe it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? All right, boys. Look at all these people. Look at all these people commenting on this. What are you commenting for? All right. Charles Salmon says, why did they think the guy who got famous for openly and honestly calling out BS at work wouldn't call out the BS at work? I don't know. Now, to be fair, they did not research my channel at all, because if they did, they wouldn't have even called my ass. So you're going to learn in these DMs pretty quick. You remember what I said the other day, guys, Charles Salmon? Do you remember what I said the other day? I said the second I was announced, people were pissed. Well, you're going to discover these DMs completely confirm this. The second I was announced, people were furious because they thought I was a Trumper or some shit, I guess. I don't know. So, which is weird because I researched a few of the guests that are still going to this con, and I was actually surprised to see that some of these people have like violent convictions on their record. But I made them feel unsafe. Isn't that wild that we're at this point in like human history, or I guess society, where me being perceived, by the way, not knowing for sure, but being perceived that I might maybe be a conservative, maybe, makes people feel more in danger than people that have been actually convicted of violent fucking crimes. Holy shit, it's crazy. That is the craziest shit you will ever hear. Ever. That these people claim they feel more safe around a convicted felon of violent crimes than a person they may perceive to be a conservative. What world are we in right now? I'm just blown away. I'm blown away. It's the damn bear and the guy in the woods thing, right? You remember that thing from 6 months ago where people were like, would you rather be lost in the woods with a guy, like a random man, or a bear? And all these women were like unironically choosing the bear because men are more dangerous, apparently. Okay. All right. The bear literally kills you within 1 second. But of course, the guy could be dangerous, maybe. Like, are you shitting me? You shitting me. It's the kind of girls that like obsess over like true crime, and they can't really fathom statistics, so they just apply a black and white thought process to everything that they cover or talk about in life, right? So they're like, 0.016 of men assault and kill women, right? So they're like, that means all of them probably. 85% of bears kill you on sight. So I'm going to choose the bear. Now, granted, I know they were being ironic half the time, but still, you know. But I do digress. Thank you. Thank you, Charles. We inch 1 inch closer to the naked snake, over and over and over. Awesome. I really like that Indiegogo does that. Indiegogo lets me know when people change addresses. That's really cool. Thank God for that, right? Thank God for that. Boy, I'll tell you what, thank God for that. All right, don't forget, guys. Make an Instagram if you do not have an Instagram. And let's get this show on the road. Oop, that do not copy and paste that. Holy shit balls. You guys about to see my penis and everything. Let's take that off. I don't want you to see my nudes now. I almost sent you the link to my nudes. What's up, John Bon Zombie? I'm doing good, baby. All right, let's start. So we're going to pull up the DM, the first DM of the night, and we're going to talk about this. And I'm going to see how you guys enjoy the show. So let's start. Let me pull this up. Wait, let's make can we make this a little different? Hold on. Does that work? Wait, hold on. No? Okay. Now I do wish it was bigger. Can I zoom in more? How does one zoom in? Oh, I got an idea. Watch this. I got such a good idea, guys. Check this out. Watch this. You guys ready? Why didn't it get bigger? 20. Oh, so much better. Okay, cool. Wow, success. Look how smart I am. Okay, at least PowerPoint. Listen, dude, I'm not in 8th grade. I'm not doing PowerPoint. All right. I will do Notepad like a red-blooded American. Okay, Rekieta. We're doing it live. All right, so let's read this. Chicks that watch true crime, red flag. But they all do. That's the scary thing. You know? EO Millennial says, tried to make an Insta, but it kept telling me I went something wrong. I've heard that before. Yeah. So I tried to get one of my friends to do it before I launched the giveaway, and they kept having that same problem. So keep trying. All right. There's your link for the Instagram. I'm going to show that a lot because I really want to give away some cool ass merch. And I think we can make it pretty beneficial to do so. All right. So here we go. It says, greetings, Camelot. I considered for some time whether or not to write you and weigh in on the Game and Geek Expo situation, but seeing how things have unfolded, I can't remain silent. Bro, we are about to go into the nether. This is going to be a lengthy and branch in a number of directions, so please bear with me. Do not go gently into that dark night. First and foremost, I've written this message anonymously and wish to remain anonymous as I've been the target of harassment for a number of years. The attacks I've endured have caused me mental anguish on an unmeasurable scale. Should be immeasurable, yeah? Has caused friends of mine to conduct wellness checks on me multiple times during the ordeals I've endured. There are many people with stories like mine who are scared to tell their stories for fear of retaliation that they will face for speaking out. Now, I'm going to speculate a little, okay? I'm going to speculate just a hair here. This is probably a lady. Okay. The only reason I say this is because most men aren't going to get into the mental anguish and wellness check area, right? Where women will. Women deal with stress in a different way than men. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't cancel me again for the love of Jesus. I'm just saying men deal with stress in a very quiet way, whereas women will outward express their issues, their sadness, and reach for comfort from family, friends, or their significant other. We deal with stress in different ways. So the wellness check thing, seems to lean towards a lady. Now, this is going to be referring to the cosplay community a lot. Okay? So, probably a lady. Listen to Ashley in the chat. Look at her. Look at her screaming, stop lying. Men are a bunch of bitches. I don't say nothing, Ashley. You know what I do, Ashley? I cry to myself. Anna Alvarado. See, she thumbing my ass. She thumbing me good. Look at that. See, she agrees. And she's pretty. So, Ashley, you've been canceled out. Another pretty lady has canceled you out. I'm sorry. It's over. All right. I did drink whiskey last night, Art, by the way. It was delicious. It was the Mossy Horn whiskey. All right. Where am I? Okay, there we go. I was in the North Carolina cosplay community for longer than I care to admit and know or have met most of the former cosplay guests to varying degrees. I also know a lot about the whisper networks that exist, as well as cosplayers and organizations that try to put up legitimate faces while also perpetrating smear campaigns against anyone they view as a threat. And it just so happens your boy was a threat. And guess what happened? They slapped my cheeks raw. My cheeks were red. They were red. Red as hell. I could not sit down for 3 days because my ass cheeks were as red as the super chat I have not gotten. That is red, Billy. But I digress. Yes, Zed Wolfen, I agree. Wellness checks can happen on men. I'm speaking generally what would more likely be the case. If you put 8 red balls in a bag and 2 blue balls, you reach in the bag, what are you more likely going to pull out? Jed. A red ball. Damn you, Jed. How dare you? Fucking Jed. God, what a name. I wish my name was Jed. That's a cool name. All right. Let's continue. Irakias, I will demod your ass right now. I'll admit I cried on Wreck-It Ralph when Ralph destroys Vanellope's car. That's not even a sad part. All right. You got to cry when the music plays, when the ocean allows Moana to walk in as a baby. That's what gets me. That's what gets my ass. Oh, by the way, guys, this is a live stream. So, yeah, I'm talking about Moana for a second. Okay. It means a lot to me and my culture. Okay. When the water moves and it goes, hey, that gets my ass immediately. Don't know why. Don't know why. Maybe it's because I love brown women. And I'm not like saying, I'm just saying Hispanic women, I will die for you. But I can't because you're going to kill me first. That's how this works, right? Anna knows Alvarado. She knows that shit. You know, she'll make you real fat. She'll make you all kinds of enchiladas. But as soon as you talk to another lady in public, all of a sudden her cousins show up to kill you. It's a wild-ass word. You know what I'm saying? I like the Hispanic women. But also, Moana's brown. Love Moana. God, what a great movie. I do digress. I apologize for my insensitivities. I'm just saying. All right. So, let's continue. I've spoken to a number of cosplayers, and I can actually provide some answers to a number of the questions that were brought up on your live stream. Ooh. Tackling the big one. Here we go, boys. Why did all the cosplayers quit, and what is going on that cosplayers don't want to associate with the Game and Geek Expo? And here we go, guys. We have finally got a little taste of the glory to see what's going down downtown. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Again, go to that Instagram link and like my most recent post so you can be entered in to win some merch. I'm giving away a lot of it, boys. A lot of it. Don't miss it. Damn you. Oh, and by the way, if you don't have an Instagram, make one for double entries. You don't have to use it. I know some of you old heads out there. I'll never bend the knee. I get it, bruh. I get it. You will never get streaming service. You pay $280 a month for cable. I understand your strife. I'm just saying, click that shit. Lock it. Log the hell out. Throw your phone across the room if you want to. It's that easy, baby. All right. Double entry. All right. Sorry. I apologize. All right. So here we go, guys. Why did all the cosplayers quit? And what is going on that makes the cosplayers not want to associate with the Game and Geek Expo? Well, allegedly, now, and I do want to say this. Who could this possibly be messaging me? This could be Madison. I don't know. I'm just saying shit. Don't know that for sure at all. This could be Cheeky her damn self. This could be Cheeky's ass. We don't know. Okay? So that's what we're going. We have to speculate. I like to think it's Howard from Killswitch Engage. I like to pretend we're friends in real life. So that's who I picture writing this to me. Because I love Killswitch Engage with Howard. Oh, all right. Allegedly, Cheeky Cosplay was receiving death threats. Ooh. Riley Rue received some disparaging messages and negative comments on her guest announcement, being the most recent post at the time of your cancellation, leading to a brigade of said posts. Now, I do have to say this. Do I think Cheeky Cosplay actually got death threats? No. I'm going to say, well, it's definitely possible, but I don't think so. People hate my ass more than they hate a lot of people. And I only get like one death threat like a week on average. Sometimes I don't get one, but sometimes I get two. So it like makes the average go up. And people hate my ass. Okay. Being a random cosplayer, I just don't see that as being a thing. Is it possible? It sure is. Sure. Now, as far as Riley Rue, they actually did have an announcement post of Riley Rue on the Game and Geek Expo Instagram. Every comment was negative, but they were not directed towards Riley Rue. They were directed towards the Game and Geek Expo. No one said, Riley Rue, you a bitch. No one said that. Unless they deleted the comments before I could see them. But I was looking at them like a hawk because it was fun. You know? You guys were too. It was fun to look at them. Like, oh, damn. They piss as hell. Right? So, but yeah, I don't know if there was people saying negative stuff about Riley. There probably was one or two. I get that, you know. I mean, shit. If I post one picture of a damn NASCAR picture of mine on damn Twitter, everybody wants my ass dead. So I get it. But anyways, I do digress. I think it's very, very easy to say, I'm getting death threats, therefore I don't want to do anything. I think that's kind of easy, right? I feel like that's just an easy route to go. Oh, look at that. I've seen the screenshots of the comments. Well, shit. I would like, why didn't this person send this to me? You can still send me the screenshots and remain anonymous. What the hell, baby? Come on. A message Riley received when she posted it to her Instagram story. That was probably her statement. I've seen a number of comments that were left on her post by individuals upset about your cancellation. However, I have not seen screenshots of threats of Cheeky allegedly received. More on Cheeky later. Okay, so yeah, I would love to see those things, so I could show them. You know, like I've said 1,000 times, I don't condone that behavior anyway. What's up, Glenn Schroeder? But I do digress. A number of cosplayers quit the convention because they felt unsafe. What does being safe mean? I know I asked this on my last stream, but what is being safe? What does a safe environment look like? I would love somebody to explain this to me. Right? Because when you say you feel unsafe, what does that mean? Do you think someone's going to attack you? Is it what are we? Because, you know, nowadays you can basically say, I feel unsafe if you even believe anything different than I believe. And obviously that starts to border on like some hysteric shit. But if you actually feel like you may be attacked, that's a different story. Now, granted, a lot of these cosplayers said they didn't feel they were safe if I would have came. Now, do they believe I was going to attack them? Like, what the fuck? Like, I have no priors in assault. I don't know why you would think this. I do have to put this out here. It's usually not slightly conservative people attacking over political ideology. I'm going to put it out there. It's almost exclusively radical ass insane people on the left that use the morality, the moral stance that they can kill you because it's for the greater good. Slightly conservative people don't believe you should die. Whereas people on the left, morally, that's okay, because if you're dead, it means the world is better now. So morally, it's actually a really good thing for them to do. Right? So what does being safe mean? Very interesting. Roa, being safe means nothing negative. They don't want mean comments or insults as a bloody shield to protect their fragile ego. Yep. Sure. Now, that's the thing is that like the negative comments are going to come, though. It's just weird. All right. Make sure you guys like the stream. And don't forget, go like the Instagram. Boy. Leonard Shepard says the definition of the safe space, according to the far left perspective, is one where opposing viewpoints are not expressed. Disagreement is often perceived as a threat to their sense of safety. 100%. 100%. And I've actually talked about this in the past, where a belief in something different may lead to a question or that belief being challenged only slightly. And when you challenge somebody's belief who is very, very, very heavily anchored into overt morality, because it's always overt morality, like I'm a good fucking person, right? That means you're attacking their morality. Therefore, you're attacking them violently, right? Why does this happen? Because they've never actually been attacked in real life. So when you haven't actually experienced real strife in real life, you got to pretend that you are, right? Because strife builds character. Everybody wants to be a victim all the time. That's the fun part to be in, because being a victim means you don't have to have any accountability for anything else in your life, right? So you have to say you're being attacked. Well, how were you attacked? Well, somebody said something mean about me. That's not meaning you're being attacked. But they see it as that because they've never actually been attacked, right? Rage, they want the Meghan Markle typing behind me. Please leave me alone. We want privacy. We want privacy. Privacy. All right. Let's continue, guys. Sorry. I'm having a good time. We're 340 from Naked Snake for the 460th stream in a row. Crazy. All right. Let's continue. A number of cosplayers quit the convention because they felt unsafe. Others quit because they felt as if the con was deflecting the blame onto them instead of taking ownership for a decision which is ultimately theirs to make, which would have provided some degree of protection to the cosplayers from harassment and cyberbullying. Others quit in solidarity with their friends, which is what I expect most of this will be, right? Right? It's going to be, Cheeky quit, therefore I'm quitting, right? That's what this is going to be about. I mean, when I got canceled, there was a bunch of people that left in solidarity. So that makes a lot of sense. You know, that makes a lot of sense. So I totally understand that. No negative this there. But the con 100% deflected blame onto the cosplayers. 100% deflected blame onto the cosplayers. Even Madison did. Everybody did. Madison said he insulted cosplayers. Therefore, cosplayers were pissed. That's what she said. He said on the call the same thing. You insulted cosplayers. Even though I agree with your insult, you insulted them. Right? And I didn't even insult them, by the way. So, zombies, as a con goer, they've lost their damn mind. I am also a con goer. I have been a guest at several cons over the last couple of years. Always have a great time. I've never had an issue. This is my first issue. Allegedly, the disavowal of the con by a number of the cosplayers was an effort to put distance between themselves and the con for their own protection. What does that mean? As you've experienced, no one at the con is taking accountability for their decision to cancel you, nor are they providing the cosplayers protection, but rather deflecting blame for a decision the con made. The cosplayers don't have the power to make. This is true, but let's be a little real here. Let's be a little honest, right? The cosplayers definitely have power. Because all they got to do is say, we don't like a person, and the con now has to make a decision. Now, that decision can be pretty simple and easy. Like we all said. All they would have to do is say, well, we are a professional environment, and if you are not professional enough to exist in an environment where somebody may believe differently than you, then you're more than welcome to go to a different con, and we hope to see you in the future. Right? And that probably would have, they might have had some respect if you did that, to be fair. Now, that being said, they absolutely did not, right? They absolutely did not. They deflected the blame onto the cosplayers. And to be fair, the cosplayers did probably complain. So there's a sticky situation here, right? And to go a step further, I cosplay, by the way. A lot of people don't know this. Last time I went to a con that I wasn't actually invited to, I went to a con in Cincinnati. I went to a con in Cincinnati and I dressed up as Naked Snake. All I had on was a thong and my harness from Metal Gear Solid 3. And I was just naked, but I had a thong on. I did that shit for real. And I also did a few other stuff. I don't remember what I did, but I know I did other stuff. I just can never remember what I did. I think I was a Mortal Kombat character in one of them. But I'd never really plan or care to do it. You didn't have a box? No, I had just my cocks. All right, sorry. Rage. Thank you. As a con goer, they lost their minds. Yep, dude, I agree, man. Where'd you go, zombies? You said something else. Where'd you go, man? Zombies go, nah. Where the hell did you go? Did you delete that? Okay. I'm a cosplayer. I've been a guest. I've been a vendor. And most recently helped an artist table last month. And in 15 years, I've never seen something so absolutely absurd. I thank you for saying that. Because I kind of like, I kind of want to know, is this like a normal thing? And I do know that some people have been canceled before in the past. But God, like it's people that are really like, they legitimately are problematic, but they shouldn't be canceled. I didn't do nothing. Here's the difference. Like Vic Mignogna was like pretty engrossed in like a legal battle and all this shit. And, you know, so some cons made difficult decisions that I do not agree with. But, you know, it was a pretty like high publicized, like kind of crazy situation. So like that makes only a little more sense as to why people would knee-jerk react. They shouldn't have, but it makes a little more sense. I didn't even do nothing. So that's what's weird about this whole situation. I just existed. Yeah, Nash Prime. Well, that's what they were saying, Nash. There was people in my comment section and on Twitter saying I should have just rolled over. It wasn't a big deal. And also, I'm a bad person because this is a small business. And I'm like, I don't care how big your business is. If you do shitty stuff, you're going to be called out for it. You don't have immunity because, oh, well, you should know better. Nah, we're teaching you how to know better right now. You're learning currently. This is called a lesson. If you survive, you won't make it again. No more mistakes. You're going to be really sharp as a tack after this. You know what I'm saying? All right. I've helped run HamaCon for the last 7 years. This has never happened with us, but I did see things with, sayings like Vic would come in here. That's a whole different story. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Do you feel safe? No. That's why I carry a 12 gauge in my left leg everywhere I go. You can do that in Alabama, by the way. That's why I walk with a stiff leg. And people are like, why are you walking stiff like, Cody? And I'm like, I have one leg. I lost my leg in a skydiving accident. So I have a hard leg. That's what I do. You know, but I have to be sure. All right. That being said, segue. I have a really bad sinus deal going on, guys. It's not an infection. It's just I probably should have blown my nose before I started the stream. So real quick, I'm going to post a link in the chat just for a second. It's an Instagram link. Click that bad boy and go like my most recent post of the new merch design. Everybody who likes it is going to be entered in to win a piece of the merch for free. I'm going to be giving away a lot of them. A lot. Not just one, a lot. If you do not have an Instagram, make one, like it, and log out. Do what you need to do. Just so you're entered in. And also, if you don't have an Instagram, you get double entry if you make one. So there you go. All right. So let's continue. As you've experienced, no one at the con has taken accountability for the decision to cancel you, nor are they providing the cosplayers any protection, but rather deflecting blame for a decision the con made. Cosplayers don't have the power to make. And I don't, again, like I said before, I don't necessarily agree. The cosplayers have no power because if they didn't have any power, none of this would have ever happened. Right? If a cosplayer that's kind of prominent in the North Carolina scene goes to these people and they're like, I don't want this guy there, they suddenly have to make a decision. That's power, boys. Regardless of this, of if the decision is negative or positive, that's power. You got power. If a random ass person off the street that's not even in North Carolina sends an email and says, hey, I don't like this guy, they're not going to listen to that email because there's no power there, right? Does that make sense? I agree, zombies. Eating you from politics, the dumbest thing I've ever seen, and how they said it's an image, it is image damaging, no explanation, just yeet. Yeah. Yep, it was dumb. And no one really knows why, actually. You know? Is it politics? Is it something else? I don't know. We don't really know. On the subject of the cosplay community in North Carolina, the cosplay community in North Carolina has, for over a decade, fostered cells of toxic individuals who are petty, jealous people that will lie about, talk trash, and harass others in an attempt to cancel anyone who is getting more attention than they are or who they view as competition. Right? Now, big shout out. I would have easily been the most sought after guest at the convention with the exception of like a voice actor or two. So what does that mean from the thing we just read? Oh, suddenly the cosplayers aren't the top guests anymore. We got to get rid of that motherfucker. Right? And from how this is all worded, I'm very, very convinced that this is all from, a group of female cosplayers. Because this is kind of how these things work societally. But Fidelio! Has it been 2 years, Fidelio? Time flies when you're having fun. My boy, 320 from Naked Snake for the 460th stream. Thank you, buddy. Everybody gives Fidelio some love, please. Let's see if this is a hair or a boogie. Is it a male hair? My dog is a husky, and sometimes I'll pull out a male hair that's like a foot long. His name is Mal. Thank you, Fidelio. I love you, dude. I love you. I love you, man. Exactly, zombies. And that's how I feel. I 100% agree and have no doubt in my mind that that's not the case, right? No doubt in my mind. These individuals will use morality as a platform while selectively ignoring the horrible things they and their circle have done in the name of being relevant or having control over the community. Much like you've seen with the controversy over an ass-to-mouth joke, right? Right? So this person's obviously very, very well plugged in. Ass-to-mouth joke is too far, but this sleeping around and OnlyFans stuff is totally fine for family-friendly environments. I have to put this out there. I don't give a shit what you do. I have friends that do OnlyFans, and they're cool-ass people. I have friends that are cosplayers who also do OnlyFans. Cool-ass people. I have never had a weird negative thought about them, ever. Right? It's not my problem. They had a problem with me. And here we is. And here we is. Full speed, ass to trout. All right. Thank you, Fidelio. Closing in on halfway to Naked Snake. Don't miss the snakies. Some of these individuals are cosplayers who I have watched use any tool in their arsenal, including faux morality issues, false allegations, and fake concern to discredit, harass, and cancel others, all while creating and selling pornography under the same online cosplay persona that they directly interact with children and minors at conventions and events that are specifically geared towards children. 100,000%. This was what I was saying the other day. 100% saying the same ass thing. Right? There will be minors in the comment sections of all these cosplayers' Instagrams on the same page where they sell porn on their OnlyFans. Same page. But keep in mind, I am a dangerous man because I don't like to pay taxes. It's pretty much Twitch and roll off. Exactly. 100%. Yes. 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 All right. Good. All right. A little bit of a checkup here. God, why am I itchy? I'm like freaking SpongeBob and the poison sea urchins. Poison sea urchins. All right, boys. Here we go. Don't forget the Instagram, by the way. Do not forget. Very important. I got to give away as many pieces of merch as absolutely possible. Here's the link. If you don't have an Instagram, make one. It's even more beneficial for you. Even more tastier for you. Piano. All right. While the comments you've made regarding girls who do porn being guests at the convention, forgive me if it's not a quote 100%, isn't a false statement about an unfortunate large number of women in the cosplay community, it also casts a negative light on all of the cosplayers who are guesting contest judging at the con. I can say with certainty that in addition to the cosplayers you name specifically on your streams, the majority of the others also do not do OnlyFans, adult content, etc. Yeah, of course. Not all cosplayers do porn. That's fine. I wouldn't believe that either way. I think three of the cosplayers I know don't do porn. I only know like 5. Only 2 of them do porn, which is almost 50%. But that's neither here nor there, you know. Baddies, yeah. You're itchy because that's the hurt. Oh man, come on! You got to expose me in front of God and everybody. Here we go. Which leads me to the subject of the cheeky cosplay. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to dive back into the world of the cheeky? Again, we're back. While I cannot speak directly to the validity of the allegations against Cheeky regarding Michael, which is the man who took his own life, and I am in no position to give any sort of character testimony in her defense, this is one of those both things could be true scenarios. And I do know firsthand that Cheeky has also been the target of harassment and the smear campaign at the hands of a select group of people in the cosplay community. Interestingly, for all the stories I've actually heard about the Cheeky, this story is new to me, which is unusual given the volume of stories I've heard about her from people who have wanted to bury her for years. So this is why I suspect Cheeky wrote this. Now, I got to put this out there. Look, this is how I see things from like the outside looking in. And I use this perspective from life experience of watching friend groups and other people, right? If you constantly find yourself in the middle of harassment, bullying, blah, 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 for like a decade, in all your friend groups that are new, and then you leave one, you go to a new one and new, you leave another friend group and you go to a new one, and suddenly the same, you go to a new one, you go through 10 friend groups of a dozen or more people, and you're always like, oh, I'm bullying, harassment, bullying. You got to start looking at the common denominator. As soon as I got into about 10 or 12 years ago, me and my like core friend group added a new friend. Roughly. We knew of him, but we added a new friend. The dude was immediately like trippy uppy and like kind of being a dick all the time. So he lasted 2 hangout sessions and we never talked to him again. Right? It was that easy. If I went to a different friend group every couple of years and I was like, damn, they're all assholes, they're all bully. Eventually you got to be like, wait a second. Am I the baddie? If you go decades and you're constantly talking about how you've had smear campaigns against you so many times from so many different people, all randomly, totally unprovoked, it's probably not random and unprovoked. I'm just putting this out there. You can easily get out of a situation like that by dipping the hell out, and then you're done. But suddenly, the new friend group suddenly doing the same thing. It's weird. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Hard to believe that it's the common denominator is not the accurate. And it could be. It could be 50-50 or 40-60 or 30-70. But there's something there. You know what I'm saying? He only lasted 2 hangout sessions. Well, he was one of those get drunk and want to fight people. And I hate those people. I can't stand those kind of people that want to fight when they drink like 2 shots. They immediately start like wanting to fight people. Yeah, dude, get out of here with that freaking 12-year-old prepubescent testosterone hit, like insecurity bullshit. I have to fight somebody to prove I'm a man. It's like, dude, this is not the Stone Age. Okay. The way I prove I'm a man is I take care of my family, make the correct decisions, and push to better myself. That's how you become a man. You don't become a man by fighting people, you fucking babies. God. And this guy was like in his 20s. That's what I'm saying. The fact that you've received a sudden concentrated volume of DMs all pointing the finger at Cheeky actually sounds a lot like the MO of this certain individual or certain group in the North Carolina community. Someone who conveniently and for a long time, number of years, has had a personal vendetta against Cheeky and is mad that she occupies places and opportunities to do that they do not. More reason for me to believe this is Cheeky. Now, also, I have to clear this up. I did not get a concentrated number of DMs about Cheeky from random ass people. All the stuff about Cheeky was sourced from an investigative journalist that works like in tandem with me. So it wasn't like random people sending me direct messages saying Cheeky's evil, right? I do not expect you to divulge the accounts who contacted you regarding Cheeky, especially to someone who asked for anonymity. Yeah, of course not. If you want anonymity, you're getting it right back. You know what I'm saying? That's how that works. I would suggest you look over the messages you received pointing out her specifically. There may be some identifiers that may help establish a bridge to either confirm or deny whether these sources are legitimately multiple people feeding you their experiences or whether you may be getting played by a single source with a vendetta. And look, this goes back to what I was saying earlier. Okay, the cheeky leaks. If there is like a coordinated giant campaign, okay, that's been over the course of like a decade of all of hundreds of people coming in and being like, I know this person, this person did this, and they're all coming in, and you're just a normal person with no following. This would be way different if it was Asmongold or something, right? Like, let's say it's Asmongold, and there's all these people coming in from random sources. Asmongold slapped a baby, right? You'd be like, okay, this is probably a coordinated attack because Asmongold is Asmongold. This is a random person with no following. And all these people, and I mean hundreds of people are coming from like different areas saying that cheeky cosplay person's bad news, bro. There's probably some validity to that. I do not for a second believe there's a random coordinated campaign on a nobody that does nothing or have just done nothing in life. Oh, they have an Instagram, maybe. A coordinated attack? Bro, I've been in the social media game for 6 years. Okay, I understand coordinated attack. And not once has there been 100 people from different sides of the globe coming in with different stories about me. Right? That are kind of similar, but they don't know each other, right? The way you can kind of see if something has validity is talk to somebody that isn't related to the situation and talk to another person that's not related to the situation, but they know of said person mutually and see how their stories line up. If they are similar, do it again. If they're similar again, do it one more time. That's how you determine if the person that you were like, I need to give the benefit of the doubt is probably fucking lying. I have done this in my past before with some people in my chat before. Who just random people will come out and be like, dude, and they tell me some crazy shit. And I'd be like, well, I don't know for sure. And then it would get to 4 or 5 people that have no idea of the other people's existence with the same stories. And I'm just like, I got to fucking get this person out of here. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see things. Project Constitution. What's up, buddy? But also could be true. It could be a random ass campaign to take down a random person with no benefit to anybody at all, I guess. But I just don't see that as being the case. But I could be wrong. If this is any interest to you or there are further connections I can help unravel or questions I might be able to help answer, my inbox is open. I do, however, wish to strictly remain a private and confidential informant as my willingness to speak about this puts me at odds with a number of people I'm close to, while also reigniting drama I have long since left behind. Sounds like it's cheeky. I wouldn't have a problem with talking to Cheeky either. If I was talking to Cheeky, I wouldn't have a problem with that either. I would talk to anybody, man. I want to get to the meat, the sauce. Okay. I've been asking, I was like, Madison should come on my show and say what the fuck's going on. I was like, Jeff should come on the show and say what's going on. Let's get it all out there and see what really went down. Because to be fair, most people will respect the truth. If you just come out if you come forward and we're like, dude, I fucked up. I made an executive decision because I thought Madison was sexy and I was trying to do some stuff. And then I canceled you. And then now everybody's pissed. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, respect. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But you can't be shifting blame everywhere, right? This doesn't work. Speaking of shifting blame, we are 320 from Naked Snake for the 460th stream in a row. One red boy from a Rainbow Night. Big shout out to Billy Hatcher and Van Ricks for the 2 pink boys. I love you guys. Appreciate you guys. And Jenny and my boy Fedelo. If Jeff did that, mad respect. Yes, I agree. All right, let's cover this one more time. Make sure you like the show. Very important. And also, I'm giving away, at very minimum, 10 pieces of merch for free. Minimum. It depends on how much feedback this gets, because I might do 20, but right now the plan is 10. All you have to do is click the Instagram link I just posted in the chat just now. That's all you got to do. And then like my most recent post about the merch giveaway. That's all you got to do. It's that easy. If you do not have an Instagram, make one, and you will get double entries. There you go. That easy. That easy. All right. So let's hit the next DM. We got a lot of them. I got to probably send them to myself, though. I got to send them. Oh, my knee. My knee. God, my knee hurts, man. My knee hurts, man. Oh, my God. Mick Seller says, I'm just sharing the post directly. Well, I am sharing the referral link. That's what I'm doing. The referral link. All right. Let's see. Now, let me send myself the other DMs because I'm emailing them to me so I can format them all the same so I don't, I don't dox anybody. I'm not trying to dox my bros. Okay. Where is the links? Okay. Okay. Let's actually, I can just read this from my phone, I guess. Probably easy. What do you mean referral link? It's the link that I'm posting. It's a referral link. All right. So the next one is, so this next DM is from somebody who actually works with Jeff remotely, kind of, right? But yeah. Here, let's pull this up. So don't dox me, brother. Don't dox me, step bro. Don't dox me, step bro plus. All right. Simp in my younger years. Yes, simps do indeed get cooked. That's how it works, man. I don't respect the simps. Okay. I don't respect the simps even a little bit. If you make life-changing decisions because you're trying to like impress a girl, you need to go get therapy. Now look, you can make decisions for your wife that are beneficial to her. That's completely different. But like I'm saying, like a girl that you haven't slept with, that you might not be able to sleep with, you don't know if you can sleep with, and you're making decisions to try to impress that girl to maybe sleep with her, you a bitch. You a bitch. I love you, boy. People are DMing me saying like, I don't DM you because you're busy. And I'm like, I'm not. I'm talking about my friends. I'm talking about like my personal friends, like in real life friends. And I'm not saying that these people aren't friends. I'm saying that in real life, like people that literally live like close and you can hang out, All right. Eric Hodson. All right, cool. Let's continue. We're going to read this next one for your viewing pleasure. Let me take this off the screen. We don't need that one no more. Sly Rye says, going A to M. Filming and posting online is female empowerment, but talking about going A to M is horribly offensive. The world in 2025. Oh, shit. Yeah, you right, Sly Rye. I had no idea what you're talking about for a second. You right, boy. You right as rain. Going ass to mouth, filming it and posting online is empowerment, but going ass to mouth, but talking about going to ass to mouth is offensive. Yeah, that was just a loose excuse to get me out, I think. They were just doing whatever they could try to get me out of there. That's what it was all about. Sly Rye, 3:15 until Naked Snake Boys. Yeah. Oh. Good. Yeah. All right, sorry. I'm making people feel bad because I said my friends don't talk to me anymore. I agree. Project Constitution, I agree. And I'm like, not you guys. I mean, my people like in real life that are like close to me. That's who I'm talking about. What's up with your Project Constitution says, what's up with your opportunity to drive an Xfinity series? When is it? Well, the earliest one is Mexico City, which is in 2 weeks. But it just depends on when I get sponsorship. If I don't get sponsorship, then I won't be doing it. Right? That's just how the sports work. So that's kind of what I'm searching for right now. And then once it happens, then you're good to go. That's the name of the game in auto racing. A lot of people don't realize it. Like one sponsor, like one like decent sponsor, you're racing full time. You know, and that's how it works. You just have to get a good sponsor on, and I've had a great one for the last 2 years. So, but they've already paid for what I'm scheduled to do in contract. So anything else is we need extra more, blah, blah, blah. You know, more cars and stuff like that. Twisted Logic Gaming, here's some beer money, brother. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that, dude. I love you, man. Twisted Logic Gaming. With a gold boy, by the way. One red boy from a rainbow night. Thank you, baby. All right. Now we're 3:05 until neck and sneeze. All right, so let's read this next one. Meat Puppet says, you're in NASCAR 25. Have you played yourself in the game? The game comes out in September. So I have not. Okay. So this person says they work in tandem with Jeff, and from what they can tell, all these people canceling after the fallout has really shook him to the core. This person says, I am definitely on your side. You don't cancel a guest because someone doesn't like them. If it came out you were like a PDF or beat up your grandma, that would be completely different. But you don't just cancel somebody over political views. This person right here says, there's a guy going to the con right now that has convictions, like sexual convictions. And he's still going to the con. Beep, 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 beep. This DM goes directly in contrast of the other DM, by the way. It says, my buddy said thank you for making cheeky cosplay go off the fucking radar. And I was like, oh shit. And they said she is a nightmare. She is an absolute nightmare. Apparently she joined a cosplay group, bulldozed herself into being in charge, and then ruined the group to the point of it disbanding. It was a group that dressed up and went to see sick kids at the hospital. She is an absolute piece of work. Yeah, yeah. Everybody hates Cheeky. It's kind of fun to watch. It's fun to look. It's fun to read. Okay, sorry. But it's fun to read. I'm reading the DMs on my phone, by the way. So I could send them to myself, but I responded to a lot of them, and I don't want to have the back and forth on the transcript. So, anyways. Okay. All right. I got another one pulled up here. Okay. Read that in a second. They gave the organizer a handy. Then why didn't I get a handy? Where's my handy? Where's my handy? Okay. All right. That being said, here's the Instagram referral link, by the way. Make sure you guys go click that and like on it. Go like and click on it. Because I'm giving away merch for free. All you got to do is like it. If you do not have an Instagram, make one and you'll get double entries for that, of course. Don't miss out. Don't be a dumb baby. Don't be a boomer. Okay? No, you need to give them a handy as well. Shit. Yeah, Railway Nation, it was awesome. Hell yeah, Retro Wolf. Like to stream, boys. Like to stream. I am trying to... I would like to get people from the actual convention staff on the stream. And I'll be nice as hell, man. I'm not like pissed off at nobody. I think it's a very interesting story. That's where I am now. I've already got invited to the Southeast Game Exchange. Already going to do all the NASCAR stuff. Going to have all the merch. Everything's paid for. I'm cool now. I'm cool. I'm super happy. I just want to know like how this story played out. Like behind the scenes. That's kind of what I want to hear about. And I think everybody else does too, you know? Cheeky sounds like the type of person that loves to destroy genuine happiness because she can't have it. Oh, well. There is a personality trait that works that way. There are people out there that just hate seeing other people enjoy anything or succeed in any way, shape, or form. Trust me, I know about them bitches. Okay, because that's my entire life. I can post something on my personal Facebook and there's people mad at me in the comments. Right? I did not Railway Nation. No. Nope. I do not use AutoPin. I will be racing at Pocono in 2 weeks. Pocono, Pennsylvania. Don't miss it. Well, see, here's the issue, Dravian. The issue is working towards a goal is hard, right? People don't realize that bettering yourself is hard. It really is. And to avoid trying to work towards a goal, people will just try to tear others down that are going after their goal. They'll try to tear them down to bring them back to their level so they don't have to see the accountability face to face every day. Right? So that's kind of where like people on the internet and social media spectrum come from in like mass. Because every time they see somebody doing something they want to do, it puts a mirror up in front of them and reminds them of their own failure to do so. They're like, fuck, I'm still working 9 to 5. I'm 42. I'm making $13 an hour and I'm not doing what I want to do. And this guy is, I hate that guy. Instead of actually looking in the mirror and being like, I need to do what I want to do in life. They're like, you know what's easier than actually making a life-altering change like that? Just shitting on the person that's doing it. And then suddenly you feel better about yourself because now you're like, well, I don't even want to do that anyway. It's stupid. They suck. I hate them. Right? Working's hard, bitching's easy. Oh, Rob, you should write a damn poetry book. Oh, my God. There is no race this weekend, no. Poconos in 2 weeks. We are $305 from Naked Snake on a Monday. Yeah. All right, let me check in on the Instagram post. We're giving it some love today. We're having a good ass time doing so, boys. I hope you guys are. If you're not, you're bitches, boys. Okay. We got this in the bag. All right. Make sure if you don't have an Instagram, you'll make one. I see a lot of people doing that. So this is going to be interesting. It's going to be a very, very big giveaway, it looks like. I see a lot of new Instagrams on here. Hey, my boy, Project Constitution. What's up, dude? Hey, all right. Cool. Make sure you don't have an Instagram, make one. Get double the entries. It's going to be fun. Keep locking it. The post is still in here. Here's the link right here. Go win you some free merch. Free merch, boys. And then you can wear it to a race and I'll sign it and take a picture with you. It'll be a good ass time to be alive, boys. Big ass time. I got hat hair. You like my hat hair? It's like straight back. It looks like I've had my head out of a window. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo, diddly-doop-a-doo. Like that song in Jackal. You remember Jackal? I know somebody who remembers Jackal. That's Retro Wolf. You ever played Jackal on Nintendo? Fuck, what a great game. That freaking song is stuck into my brain, dude. Boop-a-doo, diddly-doo-a-doo, diddly-doop-a-doop-a-diddly-doo, diddly-doo. Bum bum ba-da-ba-dum ba-da-ba-dum ba-da-lit. Bum bum ba-da-ba-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, diddly-diddly-diddly-doo, diddly-doo. Fucking love Jackal, bro. By the way, where am I? Oh yes. By the way, Dakin Black, I will be running Richmond. Yes, sorry. I saw you post that before and I did not answer it. So let me hit the new DM, by the way. So we have a lot to talk about, guys, but I'm low energy. I forgot to eat today. I'm tired. You guys gotta bear with me a little. Okay, you're so demanding. You're too demanding. Okay. So keep making them Instagrams, keep following me on there, and keep well, you don't really even have to follow me, but if you don't want to, I guess. But you can like this post. Important. Very, very important. All right. Let's pull up the next DMs. Okay. Beep. Okay, here we go. Okay. Another person that apparently is in the scene in North Carolina, by the way. Chugging that monster. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Love me some Monster Boys. So this is another person that is apparently in the cosplay scene in North Carolina. A lot of people are in this damn scene in North Carolina. It's crazy to me. Crazy. All right. I'm gonna soon. All right. So it says like, comment, share on the post. Do it, damn it. Do it. Do it. Well, I'll see you there, Dakin. I'll see you there. I'll be running the NASCAR Truck Series in Richmond. A lot of Xfinity runs could be added. It just depends on how much sponsorship we can get. Hey, April, what's up, baby? So if we get a little bit more sponsorship, we can run the Xfinity Series races too. So. All right. So here's what this DM says, guys. It says, I know most of the people in the con staff, all the cosplayers I know personally. They've worked for me before or hate my guts. North Carolina is an interesting community and not in a great way. I've been doing this for a long time. Also, I was hearing about what a horrible person you are before they even canceled me. So, did you hear what I just said? I was hearing about what a horrible person you are, Camelot, Cody, me. They were hearing about how horrible I was before they canceled me. Remember, we talked about this. As soon as I was announced, there were people pissed off that worked there. This and the other DM completely runs consistent with that. So you see what we're doing here? We're putting a giant puzzle together. The second I was announced for the convention, I was told by another person that there's a person that works on staff that does not want me there and they think I'm a Nazi. That's what I heard. And I was like, what the fuck? Right? And then we got told a different story later on. We got told that it was because I said cosplayers or mental or something, and also because I said ass to mouth. Right? That's what the story turned into. And it actually wasn't anybody at the con working there. It was actually just a few cosplayers or random people in the community that had issues. But if we talk to people actually inside the community, they're all saying the same thing. People were pissed as soon as I was announced for political reasons, which is literally what everybody speculated from the beginning. Right? It's almost as if what we said day one is actually the reason why all this happened. Because they thought I was Trump guy. We can't have a Trump guy at a convention that's inclusive for everybody from all backgrounds. Even the people that are convicted of sexual crimes are allowed to go, but not me because I may have a Trump intro in my video for fun. Because being perceived as maybe liking Trump, not actually liking him, just perceived as maybe liking Trump, is worse than actually being convicted of sexual crimes in the eyes of these people. Pretty crazy shit. Pretty eye-opening. You never go ass to mouth unless you're into that. You always do. I don't understand why you would not, bro. Irakias with the orange boy, this might not have been political. It may have been attention envy. Also true, Irakias. Also true, Irakias. And I'm working to get a lot of people on the show that works within here. I think it would be a very, very healthy conversation. Thank you, Irakias, because we're now 280 from Naked Snake. 280 from Naked Snake with about an hour left, maybe, give or take. Thank you, man. Thank you, Irakias. I appreciate you, my friend. So, Irakias is the man. He's the man. So here we go. Let's continue reading, by the way. So it says, people who were giving me info, I was hearing shit, and they were telling me no one that had anything to do with the con. They were even calling it Gag Expo because they were just hearing bad shit about it all. The link you have about your cheeky, the link you have about Cheeky. I thought it said about your Cheeky. I'm like, Cheeky's not mine. It says the link you have about Cheeky was not a surprise to most of the community. Everyone knows her and has made the rounds before this, so her being part of anything in this state gets noticed by people in the know. It being blasted out to 200,000 people on your YouTube made a lot of people happy. Trailer Park Man for the win, boys. Okay. That being said, in the 10 years of doing this, I've seen a lot of shit go down. Been debating on doing my own show to discuss this for years. Ooh, but yeah. Our business is literally cosplay. The fact that I asked somebody about you and they said go for it to talking to me, by the way. But this person is one of the people, one of the countless people cheeky bullied and manipulated for years. I'm trying to not be specific, by the way. That's why I'm tripping over my damn words a lot. This person I'm talking to right now has been the victim of cheeky, bullied, and manipulated for years. So if that tells you anything. Blasting all over, 200 people confirmed. Hey, man, you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do, baby. Okay? I'm just trying to have a good time. You know what I'm saying? You guys are all complaining, ooh, he's blasting, he's coming all over me. He's coming all over me, man. Someone do something, please. All right. That being said. All right, boys. Let's move on to the next one. It's crazy. It's been a lot of fun, talking to all these people. Real quick, I'm going to show you guys something real quick. Just to be a little bit more descriptive here. Here we are. All right, boys. Here it be. Let's share this. So we're going to share my screen real quick. I posted a link just now in the chat. Right here. Go to that link. It's going to lead you here. And you go down to this post right here and you like it. That's all you got to do. The shirt, the t-shirt that has a front and back, like it. That's all you got to do. Go like that post. If you do not have an Instagram, make one. Very important. Very, very important. Make one. You'll get double entries and we'll have a good ass time. So don't forget that. It's on there right now, baby. It's on there. Hey, Retro Wolf, I watched your new video today. And then when I watched your new video, it recommended me Retro Rick's new video where he went into an abandoned mall for a spooky ass store. And it was a GameStop. I was like, why is it a GameStop? Come on. A GameStop. How the absolute shit is a GameStop still have a mall store that's like abandoned? GameStop closes down stores that are profitable, let alone that shit. It's crazy. Unless they have like a 5-year lease. I don't freaking know. You know? Tiny Goomba energy. SC Medic says, I've been following the whole con drama, and I think you hit it on the head tonight. The presence of a very big fish in their small pond caused them to channel their tiny Goomba energy. Thank you, SC Medic, on Rumble. Was it the haunted GameStop of Doom? It was pretty spooky, I'll be honest. Pretty spooky. Cosplaying is Japanese, and the Japanese love Trump. They should move or stop the cultural appropriation. I agree with that. How dare you make me work? Hey, man, I'm just trying to give you a good deal. Okay, buddy? A good deal. 280 till Naked Snake, boys. 2 whole 80s until Naked Snakies. Oh, my gosh. Something I kind of wanted to look at today. I don't know if you guys care, but I kind of wanted to look at it. So, and then we'll get back into this. But it's only like a 6-minute clip. Hold on. So, like Ethan Van Sciver, my boy Ethan Van Sciver did a segment about Nick, like the Nick and Keanu thing. And it's very interesting watching 2 people like you're friends with like do this kind of, because I know they went after each other on Twitter, but it's a very interesting exchange, and it's only like a few minutes long, and I kind of want to like talk about it for a second. You know, I haven't watched it yet, so I kind of want to watch it and talk about it with you guys. Let me preface this with I'm friends with both these guys, so. But there's like this current like weird ass breakdown, like in the community, kind of going everywhere. It's kind of weird. Little stepdad, what's up, bro? What's up, Donna? How you doing? So, do we have someone going to the con to report back how it actually goes? Oh, I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. Keanu got bodied and EBS is simping. I completely disagree with that. I completely disagree with that. 100%. What makes it worse, because I saw the actual clip before EBS like was covering it, and I love Nick obviously. But the worst part about it was Keanu was wrong like 90% of the time. But you can't even tell. Because Nick was like screaming so loud his voice was breaking. And I'm like, fuck. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? If he was just like very stoic and was like, baba dabba, baba dabba, baba dabba. Every time she said something wrong, he's like, baba dabba, baba dabba. You know, everybody been like, damn. You know, there's still gonna be people pissed, but they mean that. But as soon as you start screaming and shaking and freaking out and like rubbing your face and like freaking out, like you fucking, it doesn't matter what you're saying anymore, right? Doesn't matter what you say. Yeah. No, all of the subject matter is irrelevant now. You know what I'm saying? People are just gonna laugh now. So, anyways, let's watch this. I need Adazi to go to a con and report back. I need Adazi. Who the hell's Ato? I've heard that name before. You know, take some Zombrex for that finger. I broke my finger like a month ago, and it still looks terrible. I just broke the tip of it, like this up. I break the tip of my pinky like once a year, and I think it's almost always this one. Still works. It's fine. Just hurts a little. Just a little. Agree, Purple Cassius. That's a great point. Purple Cassius bringing up such an amazing point in the chat right now. Hassan is just twice as bad as a debater as anyone because he just freaks the fuck out. Yeah, you can't do that. You can't like go off. You can't start screaming because as soon as you start screaming, you don't look like you're serious anymore. Right? So, at least you're not like my dad who actually broke the tip of his finger while starting up the mower. That sounds about right. I fell down the stairs last time I broke my pinky. My pinky was pointing the other way, bro. Yeah, exactly. WAF. You know, baby. You know. All right, let's check this out for a minute, and then we'll move on. Make sure you guys go create an Instagram and or like the most recent post of the merch to get entered in a chance to win that merch, baby. All right. And also, we are 280 from Naked Snake for the 460th stream in a row. Will the streak die today? We will see. All right. So let's pull this up. Let me turn the audio on. Because you know how Ethan is. I mean, Ethan's going to cover a thing. He's going to cover a thing. And people are claiming that here's like some truth, I guess. So people are like saying that Ethan like was sweeping for Nick for years. And I'm like, I don't think he was. Because I watched a lot of damn shows and I was on a lot of panels where EBS would like literally shit on Nick. But in a joking, obviously, way. But he was definitely not sweeping. So I see a lot of people like commenting saying that he's sweeping. I was like, I don't remember him kind of sweeping. I just remember him just being like, you know, EBS is going to probably go in any direction that leads to kind of a joke. You know, like comedy. He's probably going to go in that direction. Right? And the worst thing you can do is react poorly to it. Like EBS, I'm sure he's made jokes about me wrecking and racing, which I find hilarious. And that's the end of it for me. But, you know, if I, for some odd reason, like was like, I can't believe you, Ethan, was like going after him on Twitter, he would just go harder at me every day. Because he's like, well, this is funny because it's actually offensive. So we have to keep doing it, right? The worst thing you can possibly do is get angry at the EBS like jokes. Because he's going to find that even funnier and go even harder for a reaction because that's what's funny to the audience and that's what's funny to him, right? So that's kind of how I see those things. But at any rate, let's go. Let us go.
Bigger losers than Rekieta to work. Dude, Marshall Harrison, how do you define what a loser is, really? I mean, there are some people who I would call losers who never were, who never had anything to begin with. People like Sturgis are losers, but he never had anything to begin with. Is there a bigger loser in the sense of the word that means you lost massively than Rekieta? And the answer to that is not that I can think of. Can you?
Yeah, it's an interesting point because if you look back, you know, And look, I mean, it was probably pretty damn overwhelming for Nick because Nick was like the biggest streamer in the damn world for a second, right? A lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people either don't remember or they don't even know. Nick was like the number one streamer in the world for a small amount of time. I remember seeing the charts and he was number one in the world, bro. It was crazy. It's crazy shit. So, yeah, I mean, in terms of that phrasing, yeah, right? And here's how I look at it, because I've been pretty close. I had 40,000 concurrent in one of my streams a few years ago. So that's pretty damn cool, right? Have a trending stream, pretty fucking crazy. I've had like 2 of those so far. I think 2 or 3 trending streams in my past. And, you know, how I look at it is if I have more than 200 people or 100 people watching at any given time, I have a W. That's how I look at things. W all day. The fact that anybody wants to watch me at all, that's a W for me. And a lot of people don't look at it that way, though. A lot of people look at it as if your number is not ever increasing, you should jump off a cliff. And I'm not like that, right? I think I had like 1,500 people watching the other day. That is way too much because like that's like professional streamer level. And I'm a normal ass dude sitting in front of his old ass PC. Shout out to Alexander. You know what I'm saying? I'm a normal ass dude. So when it comes to me, that's how I look at it. If I have a couple hundred people watching, that's freaking huge success. I mean, we have 460 naked snakes in a row on this channel. That is years long. That streak is years long. And here's how you can tell, I think, which makes me feel pretty good about all of it, is if you actually look at the numbers, like the super chat numbers, if you will. The only channels that are close to me in super chat get like 1 million views on a stream after post, or like or 200,000, and I get like 1,000 after post. And we do more numbers in the super chats and memberships, and that is insane to me, right? Because if you go into the top 30, I'm 28th or something in the world or some shit, and every channel has like 10 million subs, except for mine and Nick Rekieta, because Nick went crazy for a while, right? So that's what you got to look at. In the terms of the actual phrase itself, Nick went from 100,000 concurrent. That's more than like professional sports, by the way. More than CNN and shit. Well, that's not really impressive nowadays, but 100K concurrent, 100,000 concurrent. And now Nick is like 1.4K concurrent. So that's what I think EBS is kind of like talking about here. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, Nick took like a damn year off. So the algorithm's obviously going to be like, get the hell out of here. Right. So that's kind of what he has working against him until he gets like a really, really good hold in that, you know? All right. 280 till naked snake boys.
Can you think of anybody who lost bigger than Nick Rekieta? I can't. And I like the guy. I think in a way, I'm honestly, I'll be honest about it. I'm on edge about it a little bit because of this new video. Little on edge about it. Here's what I want for Nick. Let me just say this. This is what I would like to see. And it's astonishing. I'm like 15 years older than Nick, I guess. How old is, no, maybe 10 years. But I'm older than Nick. And I look at Nick's life and
how old is EBS? 53? So he's like 13 years older than Nick, right? Am I crazy? I don't really remember. I'm trying to remember. I just don't remember. You know? It's hard to really remember the ages of these people. I know Cecil's like 70 though. My biggest stream on X is 120K concurrent during Trump's inauguration. Want to know how much I got paid for that? No tips. $40 ad revenue. Damn, boy. Damn. Now that's some shit. I think my biggest stream ever was 250,000 after post. And I think I made like $900 in ad revenue. I think. Maybe.
I just go, how is your life so fucked up already, dude? You got plenty of time. Pace yourself. What I want to see. I want to see Nick stay sober, stay off of drugs, stop getting high, pay attention to your wife, Kayla, stop fucking around outside of your marriage. Okay? And it's only anyone's business because it's on the internet nonstop and you're talking about it, and make things right with your kids. I mean, the fact that you're not in jail right now is a fucking miracle. The Jews would call that a mitzvah. Why are you not in prison right now? You have another chance. And you're telling me and you're telling everybody that you're not addicted, you're not an addict. And you're doing whippets? You're getting high in a way that like drug tests aren't going to be able to discover.
I don't even know what that is. What exactly is whippets? Somebody in the chat probably knows. I tried to talk to one of my buddies about it, but it's hard to like, it's like nitrous or something. I don't really know how it works. When I think of nitrous, I think of Need for Speed Underground. Okay. So it's like hard, it's hard for me to like, you know what I'm saying? I just can't picture somebody with a damn Need for Speed bottle being like tripping balls, you know? But yeah, no, whip its. Yeah, I don't know what it is. But yeah, I don't know. I think Nick admitted he was addicted to cocaine. Maybe I'm wrong. Or he might have done the thing where he's like, I can quit at any time. I don't know. I don't really remember like the talking points back then. I will say, and this is like, I don't know enough about this to, I guess, really give an accurate, I guess, opinion. Whippets are when you get a whipped cream can and breathe in gas. Is that true? Whippets make you super tarded, Ashley says. Super tarded. Damn, super tarded. All right, Asperger's, hence whippet. All right, so I've been seeing a lot of talking points around the body cam footage. You guys remember that? So there was a body cam footage thing that, like, one of the websites was trying to get a hold on. I feel like the Quartering talked about it at one point. Like he would pay for it. I can't remember now though. So there's this body cam footage of when Nick's house was raided, and the footage hasn't been released. And there's a website that's trying to get the footage, and like Nick's not happy about that. And here I see this as two different things. So let me look at it from both sides. So one, the most obvious side is, why would Nick not want it to come out? Well, I think it's the principle of the thing. Like he doesn't want to give anybody the satisfaction of having any more ammo to use against him. Right? And also to go a little bit deeper, he just doesn't want to give anybody the satisfaction of anything. Right? That's number one. So that's like what I would think Nick's side is, kind of like what Nick's thinking. The other side is, and I can't look, I'm not in the situation, so take this with a grain of salt, but Nick says the house actually wasn't that dirty and it's not a big deal. That's what he said, right? He said it actually was just a little cluttered. That's what Nick says, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what he said. If that's the case, if that's the truth, being me as Cody guy, I'd be like, fuck it, just release it. Because if it's not that bad, it's fuck it. Who cares, right? But then you go back to why, the principle of the thing in the first part we said. So I see both sides of it. The benefits of releasing it and the benefits of not releasing it. I see both sides of it. From my perspective of being my personal self, with my perspective, I'm like, if it's true that it's not really that bad, fuck it, you know? Right? But also on the other end, Nick doesn't like these people and he doesn't want them to have any satisfaction. And there was these ladies that actually wrote a transcript. Apparently, allegedly, they watched the film, and there's this long transcript of whatever is in the actual body cam footage. And they like said some crazy shit. Right? So it's like hard to really come to the conclusion on what move I would make. So Nick's making the best move for him. Right. And what I'm assuming that is he doesn't want anybody to have the satisfaction at all of getting that shit. Right. Does that make sense? In my old EMS system, nitrous was in our SMOs for pain management, medical grade, though, not some dust off whipped cream cans. Fucking whipped cream. Yeah, you've been huffing some whipped cream, bro. Project Constitution said nobody wants their personal business out there. I get that, but unfortunately, he does not have a choice. It's public record. Is it public? I don't. Is it public record though? Because it wasn't. It wasn't entered into evidence, as far as I know. Therefore, it wouldn't be public, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Billy with a pink super chat. Oh my God! For the damn snake to keep on going, my boy. He is dropping. It's our first super chat. Well, actually, it's not been that long. It's been 10 minutes. Thank you so much, Billy. I appreciate you. Irikias was the most recent. Thank you, Billy. I love you. That puts us 230 to Naked Snake with a little bit of time left on the clock. Thank you, Billy. I appreciate you. One red boy from a rainbow night on this illustrious Monday. Thank you, Billy. I love you, Billy. You are the GOAT, the man, the myth, the legend. It's still possible. The 460th Naked Snake in a row. Project Constitution says body cam is public record. Unlike law student says body camera is not a public record. At the moment, it was public record. So how does that work? If it was, is it kind of like a use it or lose it deal? Like you should have got it before? Is that how that works? If you can't tell, I'm not a lawyer, nor am I up on the legal process of how Minnesota works. Or Candy-O County. How's that? How do they say that? Candy-O? He got a weird ass county name. Candy-O. My county's Madison. It's so easy to say. His is like Candy-O, Kiko. I'm like, why would you name that shit that? You know? How do you explain the body cam channels littered on YouTube? Well, I think that's because those body cams were used in trials. So they become public record, I think. The police didn't comply in the meantime. Yeah. That makes sense. Thank you, Billy. All right.
Like you found a loophole so that you can continue to get high and get blasted out of your mind. And act like this. I mean, your voice sounds completely different. Your manner, your attitude sounds crazy. Here's what I want to see. I want to see that you're clean and sober, like you say that you are. And that means don't fucking do whippets. Don't be high. Because when you're high, you make stupid mistakes. Stop it, and you're destroying yourself.
I can attest to this because when I drink like 3 claws, like White Claws, my happy ass will say, I'll tweet out stuff. Now, granted, I'll go back the next day and they're not ever really that bad. They're kind of like, could have been, but it worked out well. But every now and then I'll see some chicks' cheeks on Instagram. I'll be scrolling on Instagram and I get like 3 or 4 claws in. And then I see perfect ass cheeks and I go to the comments and I'm like, damn, baby, what's up? Whoops. I get a message the next day. Hey, what's up from this girl? I'm like, oh, dude, oops, I did that. Shit. I forgot a message about her ass cheeks. And then I go look at her ass cheeks and they weren't that great. And I was like, oh, what's wrong with me? I fell victim to the most common fucking mistake. How could I? Oh, aren't claws 3%? No, they're 5. And last night I drank Truly Unrulies, which are 8%, because it's all I had left.
You're destroying your fucking brain. You're destroying your body. If you're gonna do that, at least do it with food, like me. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing is, what is this? Like, get away from these other women.
See, EBS calls himself fat. I love it. It's funny. You fell victim to one of the classic blunders. Yeah, dude. It happens, man. It happens, dude. Has anyone actually seen Nick do whippets? No. But like, have you ever seen Nick do cocaine? Yeah. So that's the thing. Like, and you know, that we know that now, right? So whippets last 1 minute. It seems not worth it.
Or this other particular woman, she's not your wife. You have a wife. Fix things with Kayla. It is unfortunate that you introduced this woman to the entire internet. No, you guys don't even know Andrea. Like, you've seen a little bit of her and stuff like that, but I protected Andrea for the most part. You know a little about her. She's not on the show. She'll never be on the show. But Kayla is on the internet, and people know who she is, and people connect you two together, and you call her Lady Rackets, and you invested a lot of people in your marriage, your union with her. People, you know, I don't know how much she's involved in this or how much any of this is her choice, but I'm sure.
Somebody in the chat says, "Why is it being said Nick's doing whippets?" I don't really know. So, a lot of people are talking about a blue finger thing. I don't know anything about that. I think there's like a picture of like one of the little cans like sitting beside him at some point. I don't really remember. Somebody in the chat will probably know better. I don't keep up with this shit, guys. Like, I'm not like parasocially attached to like the dramas. I think I was a little bit more when it was all first happening because, obviously being a friend, you're kind of following it. But now it's just a little too hard to follow because it just keeps going. And I'm like, come on,
Sure, she's an adult. I'm sure she's responsible for a lot of this, but man, those five kids at home, dude. There are a lot of fun choices that you might have thought that you had. And I'm watching these videos on a list of clips where you're talking about the fun choices that you have. You're out there to have complete and total fun. You've got five kids at home.
For months and months and months while he was dragging her name through the mud online.
I've never seen this look on Nick's face. I've never heard this voice coming from Nick. But again, I don't know him. I mean, I watch his show every now and then. I don't know the guy. Okay, like I don't know him, and clearly I don't know him. This is like insanity here, but it's fun.
October 27th.
It's amazing. Like April must be. I mean, she's like that. People are fighting over this one girl like I've never seen. These are all nerds that are fighting over a pretty blonde girl, and her her ex-husband too. Total geeks, total nerds fighting over a pretty blonde. And it's come down to this.
It is. I mean, that's the power. Some blonde girls have that power, man. They got that power, son. Right? They got that power, right? And if you look at like Nick's situation in life, like as far as I know, and this is like me speaking from a perspective of being involved in hookup culture a lot back in the day. Nick, so when I was 26, 27, 28, 29, I was on dating apps and hanging out with like mutuals, and I was hooking up with girls very often, like every other day. If you haven't seen my Tinder stories videos, there's a lot of them. And, it got pretty boring after a while. It actually kind of got sad because you learn that girls are actually way more similar than they are different. And it starts to become like kind of depressing when you're like, oh God, like you're never going to find somebody that's unique. So, but that's beside the point. When I was 26 to 29, I was hanging out with girls every other day. And I kind of got all that out of my system. So if I encounter like a blonde girl that's like really attractive, I like will recognize in my brain that they're attractive, and then I'll go about my business. Right? Now, this is me just completely shooting from the hip here. From my perspective, Nick has had a different life experience. From what I know, Nick was with one woman for like 20 years, right? He's married, he's been with one woman for 20 years. So suddenly, this very attractive blonde girl has a way different effect on Nick than it would on, somebody that's been through the damn ringer, like Art the Clown, right? You've been through that shit. It's not as enticing as it would have been, right? And I think that's why, Nick was so damn entranced by this whole situation. Now, granted, I'm not going to pretend to know the particulars or details, but I think that's what makes you more susceptible to be like, fuck, like that was a big deal, and it slipped away, and now I'm pissed about it. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, like PDH is blonde and hot, and she dipped out. I'd be like, all right, well, you know what I'm saying? It's just different. It's a very different situation. A lot of people look at things in such a black and white way when there's so much more nuance. And now, granted, I'm also very, very aware that there's tons of people out there that don't see nuance. Like it's actually not in their DNA, and I get it. But people like to conflate every single situation as identical, and I just don't think that's the case, right? So, anyways, Yeah, I agree, Project Constitution, but I think he would agree as well. You know, Racket has to get out. What the hell, piano?
Who's allowed to do this? April is in the catbird seat, I guess. Ultimate victim. Everybody's protecting her. Everybody's outraged on her behalf. Everybody is abusing her to everybody else's perspective. I mean, I've never seen simping like this. You want to know what
I've never seen something. What's Andy Ackerman says? Hey there, pretty lady. How you doing, Andy Ackerman? Hope you're doing well. We're coming up on the end of the show, but we're hanging out. We got a little bit of time left. Appreciate you, Andy. Hope you're doing well, buddy. We are 2:28 until Naked Snake for the 460th show in a row.
What simping is? It's this. Who would let a woman completely destroy your multi-million dollar life and reputation like this? That's what simping is. My God, it's crazy. I mean, this is just my perspective as an outsider. Again, I'm not following much of this. I watched this. I watched a couple of things. I know this. I know that. Nick Rekieta was in my DMs.
What, isn't that so weird that he says Nick Rekieta's in his DMs and then Nick Rekieta's also in our DMs right now? What's up, gay boy? How you doing, man? Yeah, we're talking about I saw this EBS talking about this situation, and now we're like Inception streaming it like 8 times over. And it's a very, very interesting. And I try to explain to people like EBS is going to talk in a direction that leads kind of towards comedy. And if there's any pushback on that at all, he's just gonna fucking dig deep and go even harder. And that's kind of like, I feel like that's what led to the whole Eric July situation, right? Because what was it? Dick Masterson said, "Hey, this book sucks," and then fucking like, and it didn't go away. And then of course Ethan's like, "Hey, let's talk about it." And then it got worse and worse, and it's still going years. It's been years now, right? You had me at harder. Thank you, appreciate you. Richard says the Famlot drowns in the piece. I doubt it. I doubt it. Only me. Only me. So we're seeing what EBS says about it because I haven't watched this. And I just saw EBS talking about it on Twitter, and then I saw this, and I was like, "What?" And I'm like, "Of course he's going to stream."
The other day, telling me something that seemed completely irrelevant to anything. It was minutia. He's focused on the minutia rather than the big picture of what's gone wrong with his life, and that's why he's continuing. That's why he's spiraling and screaming at Keanu. And people in the chat right now, you might be saying, "Well, out of context, this is just people yelling." This is just the explosion at the end of this fucking disaster that we've been witnessing for the past year. What does it matter? Nick Rekieta got up at Hackamania and showed April's DMs to everybody. So what? Keanu's like,
actually, Nick's in the chat. Let me ask you, what led? Because I don't, obviously I don't know the lore behind the Keanu thing. I just know that she's like friends with Aaron and was friends with April or whatever. It's hard to follow, but what led to you going on and like doing a debate with Keanu? Did she invite you, or did other people invite you? And like, what was the subject matter behind the debate? Because when I watched the clip from it, I don't know what the subject matter is. Because it's like it was kind of like who texted April last. And I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what's going on? Right? You wasn't on there to debate her. So what did she? Was it like a surprise thing where like she showed up or you showed up? It was like a fucking like gotcha thing. Like what? I was just like, how did it? Because no one shows on the clip what happened. It's just fucking like the clip is just already happening as you fucking open, right? And I'm like, what the hell's going on there? I was on there to do a show, and Carl invited Keanu. Yeah, see, he was a fucking out there fucking trying to fuck some shut up. They were trying to make a clip happen, and they did. They made a damn clip happen. That's for damn sure. That makes more sense than anything else. Because I was like thinking to myself, I'm like, why would Nick we want to talk to anybody? That makes sense. There's a touch more to EJ than Dick Ethan. Seems to be, at least appears to feel EJ backstabbing congregates with his sales model. I don't know nothing about that either. I haven't really followed the Eric July stuff. at all in like a year. Probably just because it's kind of like it is kind of just boiled down to sales numbers at this point. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck about no sales numbers. You know what I'm saying? So they let her in there after she asked. Thank you, Rachel. Appreciate you. Is Keanu a weird dark hair woman that seems to be into chakras and chain smoking at comedy bars? I don't know what a chakra is, but she's definitely a dark haired woman. When I think of chakras, I think of like Avatar: The Last Airbender because I'm not a smart man. Anyways, don't forget, boys. Don't forget. Where are we, Billy? 228 from Naked Snake. With about 15 minutes left. 228 from Naked Snake. But Chrissy Mayer. Oh, I know about Chrissy. Yeah. Yeah. Well, no. So I've met Keanu. I went to a content house and hung out with Keanu, Gino, X-Ray Girl was there. Zia, yeah. And Chrissy and Frank. Yeah. I've met all of them. So yeah. So this was kind of a surprise when all of this the community is a little too tight knit because then shit fucking happens. If anything happens, it happens. You know what I'm saying? Eric Allen says people try to leech off Nick are pathetic. They backstab as fast as possible and should be ignored entirely. Yeah, well, I'm not necessarily convinced EBS is backstabbing Nick here. I think he's just using the subject matter for his show, or else he'd be going real fucking hard. Like, I saw some fucking people back in the day when like the arrest first happened. They went, bro. Their first stream the day after Nick got arrested. Their first stream, and they're supposed to be completely objective people. Like that's kind of like the business they're in. And they were like, Nick is a piece of shit. They were like saying it openly. He's a piece of shit, motherfucker. And I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? They were literally friends like a month ago. Like, what happened? What the fuck is going on? And to be fair, it's because they had 5,000 concurrent watching their stream. That's why they were doing that. And you'll notice that a lot of people are beholden to the concurrent number. And that is all they give a fuck about. Concurrent number, please, Jesus. You know what I'm saying? And that's what was driving a lot of people's shit. Right? Because it was weird how like the most objective people you would think in the world were not. They all like turned healed. It's a very weird to watch. You know what I'm saying? So thank you, Eric Allen. I love you, dude. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Donna says for the snake with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Donna. I love you. Appreciate you. I love you. I love you. I appreciate you. That puts us 202 till Naked Snake right there. 202. Thank you, Donna. Mange Davis says we want to see Nick win again. EVS giving tough love. Thank you, Mange. I appreciate you. I mean, there's some people that do want to see that. Some people that don't, though. Because he yelled at War Campaign and he got owned by losing his temper. War Campaign. That sounds familiar. I don't. War Campaign. I don't want to Google it because it probably won't pull it up. One of you like about yep. Beep, beep. What's up, Reese? How you doing, man? How you doing? Reese says farming people's content is a dick move when you're playing self-righteous. Is that what EBS is doing here? Is playing self-righteous? Maybe he is by mentioning oh my god, what's her name? I forget his lady's name already. But Andrea, yeah, he says he doesn't ever show Andrea for that reason. So I guess maybe that's what you mean. Waff Benley, what's up, baby? Oh, by the way, holy balls! It's been 5 whole minutes since I talked about it. I posted a post on Instagram that is a giveaway. It's a giveaway. Go like it. There's the link. Go like that son bitch. If you do not have an Instagram, create one and like it. You will get double entries if you create an Instagram for it. And then you don't have to use it. It's just it's there. It's on Instagram. So go lock that. It's right there. And I'm going to give away at least 10 pieces of merch for the giveaway. And that is to anybody who likes it. You don't have to do anything else. That's all you got to do. Easy peasy. Get the hell on it, doggone it. Nick says, I have no malice against EBS. We just have different purposes. There you are. I'm getting the tank top. Thank you, Ashley. Make sure you send me bottomless pictures of the tank top. That's a joke. I haven't even had any claws. Love you, Alan Jones. Appreciate you, buddy. 202 till Naked Snake. We are closing in on the end, though, so it might finally be the day. 460 might be the end of the snake. Finally. Jesus, what a long-ass streak that was trying to uphold. Too long, I tell you. Too damn long. It wouldn't be a joke if you had claws. That's true. No, it'd be real. It'd be real. It'd be a real statement. It's real to me, damn it. Like the stream, boys. Aaron Kakarshi. Oh, Biden got you. Damn. I look forward to another 331 streak. Extend half an hour. Extend? Do I look like Stilto where I just extend shows? Hell no. Do that shit. I don't do that shit. Do I look like a fake boxer? Oh, that poor irrelevant guy. He tried, though. He tried. God, he's just so unlikable. It's just terrible. All right. Keep the streak. Flux, what's up, baby? How you doing? Amateur says try doing something different. Listen, amateur. If you have a streak of almost 4 years of hitting a goal, the answer is to not do something different. Amateur, I probably wouldn't ever hire you in a leadership position. It's like Metallica releases their 15th album and it goes 20 platinum again. And then producers like, yeah, you know what you should do for your 16th album? Country. And then they fire you, amateur. What's wrong with you? Amateur? Now do country, Metallica. It's going to be great. I know it's going to be great. We're doing it. Country now. Camel Bro skips legs. That's for fucking true. I have not done a good leg day in like 6 months. I have done a little legs, but not like squats or anything. They kind of did some squats. Who has mediocre butt cheeks? Me. Eric Allen has just dropped a $100 super chat, desperately trying to keep the streak alive. We can't let it end. This bastard. Thank you, Eric Allen. Great idea, Cody. See, amateur even thinks it's a good idea. The country, not a good idea. I'm just fucking with you, amateur. I love you. Thank you, Eric Allen. I love you, dude. I appreciate you. You are the freaking GOAT, my man. Can't let it in. See, amateur, why it's a good idea? You understand now? Come on, baby. It's in the name. Thank you, Eric. I love you, dude. Can't let it in on this kind of night, boys. I appreciate you. Ashley says, for blondes and mediocre butt cheeks, hell yeah. Well, yours ain't mediocre, baby. What's up? I'm not any claws in. And I'm like, well, you got a slapping ass. And I'm not any claws in, baby. Squats, Flux. Are you trying to tell me you do squats, Flux? I don't believe your ass. I don't believe you. Thank you, Ashley. I love you. And speaking of love, Go Low Flow dropped a $210 super chat. Oh my God! The biggest drop I've probably had in a damn month. Maybe more, actually. From Go Low Flow. Where are you at, Go Low? I gotta even like that shit. I gotta like it. Personally. Damn, son. Go Low Flow. Hot diggity damn. This dude's the GOAT. Thank you. Not on my watch, baby doll. Now take your clothes off. Now I kind of feel objectified. If I'm gonna be honest, go low flow. Kind of feels I'm getting a little raped. Suddenly, get naked. Hold on now. Hold on. The whole vibe has shifted. Take your clothes off now. Like, oh my God. Taking my clothes off. Oh, all right. Thank you, Go Low Flow. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for the huge drop. We have smashed Naked Snake, by the way. Smashed it into little pieces. Thank you. Go Low Flow, Eric Allen. You guys are the goats. And it's a rainbow knot. Thank you. Appreciate you. Love you. That is a huge drop. 210. What a specific number. Flux. So Flux, you're saying you don't have an ass anymore. See, that's upsetting to me. You got a real nice face. Flux. The best thing. Okay, here's the thing. Best way a woman can ever exist. Very nice face. Fat ass. Thin waist. I don't care what you even rocking up top, baby. I don't care at all. Ass. Nice face. And you got the face, Flux. So if you lost the ass, you need to get back in the gym and just do your due diligence. You know, you have so much going on in your life, Flux. All right. I'm just saying Flux has got just beautiful face. And I hate when women are just rocking the best face in the world and they let the ass fall. Pick the ass back up, Flux. It only takes like 2 months or 3 months max. Got you. All right, thank you, Go Low Flow. Zachary Stow says, if you get the streak, you got to get all the chat's name tattooed on your butt cheek. What? That would take like a year. Like a whole year of this dude. Just scribbling names. Zachary Stows. April says, I need another fat shaman. Well, I'm on my way. I'm going to do it with my fist. No. Thank you, Zachary. I appreciate you. Go Low Flow. Eric Allen. Zachary. You guys are goats. Fidelio. Ashley. Appreciate you guys so much. You guys are the goats. We are 6 likes from 400, by the way. Make sure you like that stream, bro. Like it. Stop being a bitch. Stripper dollars. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love you. And don't forget, boys. Very, very important. I need you to go like my Instagram post so you can be entered in the merch giveaway. I'm giving merch away, boys. I'm giving the merch to you. Directly to you. I don't know who this is. But I'm giving you the merch. All you have to do is like the stream. Or sorry, like the merch post. That's all you gotta do. Super easy. If you do not have an Instagram, create one and you'll get double entries. Here it is right here. Thank you, Shadow Cat. Love you. Shadow Cat. Shadow Cat. Yeah. All right. You know, this is kind of offensive, actually, now that I think about it. To see all these people follow me on Instagram. And I tell you guys to follow me on Instagram all the time. And now I have all these people following me. And this whole time you could have followed me, but you didn't. Kind of makes me want to cry a little in my heart and soul. Hey, Selena followed me. My heart is hurt. All right. Thank you, Shadow Cat. All right. Here's your Instagram link. Go lock that shit right now. All right. Now let's move on. God, guys. Crazy freaking stream today. We even had Nick in here. Our boy. All right. I was going to ask Nick to come on, but I feel like I ask him way too often. You know, I feel like when Nick sees my text pop up, he's like, fuck, here we go. That's big-headed son of a bitch is about to ask me to come on his show. Oh. So I try every time I have the urge to ask Nick, I'm like, no, I can't do this. Donna! A little early, but might miss the snake. Well, it's coming in like a minute. The snake is about to hit, boys. Waff. No worries. Is that Chris McGough? What is up, my bro? Chris McGough for 200 Norwegian krones. You son of a bitch. Wishbone, you an asshole. Chris McGough says, Keanu was not wrong in any way. You do not give drugs to virgins. The transcripts of the body cam was frightening. Nick should have hit rock bottom when he's put in cuffs, but he's still digging for new lows. Digging, Chris McGough says. Well, that's to assume the transcripts are accurate, right? So that's kind of the thing. And I have not read the transcripts, but that's we would have to assume they're correct. Now, I read somebody tweeted about the transcripts and gave a rough synopsis of said transcripts. But from what I've heard Nick say personally, he says basically the house is just a little cluttered, and that's kind of the end of it, right? So it's like, that's why I'm like, I was saying earlier, Chris McGough, I'm like, I can see both sides of releasing and not releasing, right? So the releasing is not giving people satisfaction, even if they are wrong, right? You don't even want to give them satisfaction at all, right? But then there's the other side of me. It's like, but if you're right and you release them, then you prove them wrong and they get to eat your ass. Now, here's the issue. Here's the double entendre. Even if Nick released the body cam and was completely absolved, the people that hate him are still going to hate him, right? It's kind of like the thing where you can't really make those people stop hating you, right? There's not really a strategy that works. They'll find something, So it's hard to say. I think it's a little unfair to rehash everything. He hasn't tried to reform as though he hasn't. What's up, Stinky Bug? How you doing, dude? Chris Topher, what's up, buddy? Sorry, guys, I'm just reading chat. I'm at that point in my life because we're 2.5 hours in. You know how it is. Zachary says, you don't want a satisfying release? I mean, who doesn't want a satisfying release? So. I think I watched that a little bit, Eric Allen. Well, Ashley, it's entertainment, yeah. So that's what I think it is. Leroy Gom. Yeah, it's hard. What I see is I would just ignore all that shit. I know it's hard as hell, but and I'm not in the position, but that's the only way I survive, man. I saw there was a post, an unrelated post about me from a NASCAR page. Bro, I muted that before I ever even read it. Because I know what it's going to say. Not the article. I know what the comments are going to be. So I muted that shit. Because I saw it pop up on my feed. It was Cody announces be racing for blah, blah. And I was muted the fuck out of that. Because I know every comment's going to be I hope he does. Because that's... People are parasocially radicalized to certain things. And one of the worst things about doing anything outside of your actual content creation life is your content creation life exists. Therefore, there are people that already know you and they already hate you. And the only people talking negatively about you are the people that hate you. Right. So every racing post is just littered with comments of people that brutally hate me. Right. And actually, if you look at any racing post about any driver, there's a lot of comments of people hating him. It's just, that's the luxury of if you're a small time driver and you are in there for a different reason, you have company backing, you don't have a social media presence, you completely avoid that until you get larger and more successful. Me jumping immediately into it, I already have all the fucking haters. They're all there already. So kind of hard to, I just try to ignore it as much as possible. But it's sometimes it's easier said than done. Thank you guys, by the way, for getting us to that Naked Snake goal for the 460th stream in a row. You guys are the goats. The goats. And I love you. And I appreciate you. What a bunch of beautiful people in the chat, except for Nick. Oh, got your ass. Got him. Got him. All right. That guy's a dick, by the way. The got him guy. He's like a dick in real life. Might spot you in Richmond if I can get the time off. No strip required there. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'll be there, baby. What's up? I'm excited for Richmond. The beginning of Up is unwatchable for me. Oh, yeah. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. And then she gets sick and it like plays it slower. Beep, 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 beep. She like walks up the hill and trips. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, bruh, it's brutal. Woo! Woo! Shit's brutal. Waff! I've always appreciated how you've been critical of the next situation, but not kicking when he's down makes me think you're a good guy of character. It's because I'm dumb. And I can't quit my friends. Because I only have two. Nick. And Nick and Flux are my only two friends. Even though Flux is an asshole to me. Just kidding. Thank you, Waff. I love you. All right, let's do next thing. I'm sorry. I'm having too much fun today. Okay, having too much fun. All right. Oh, man. Me? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Flux. How dare you? Actually, it doesn't matter now, Flux. It's totally irrelevant. So you're in the clear because I got canceled. So it doesn't even matter anymore. Actually, you're off the hook. I hate you no more. I love you again. But I may hate you in the future, Flux. So you best watch your damn self. All right. Let's do Naked Snake. And then we're going to raid Jess Moxidame if she's live. She is live. Who's she live with? Sonya? Why the hell is Sonya famous now? When did this happen? How's Sonya just everywhere? Sonya's everywhere now. No. Now you're fine. You're in the clear, baby. I'm just letting you know. You're fucking on thin ice, Flux. Especially after the ass thing you told me, but no ass anymore. I'm like, fuck. I can't respect a woman with no ass now. It's just not allowed. All right. Let's do Naked Snake, boys. And then we're gonna do. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that MA at all. I know who she is. We're gonna do Moxie Dame raid. It's gonna be fun. So make sure you stay for the raid. And also, I'm gonna tell you this one more time, guys. Make sure you go like that Instagram post so you can get entered in to win the free merch. I'm going to be sending you free merch if you win, and I'm giving multiple away, so it's not a fucking shot in the dark. It's a big deal. And if you don't have an Instagram, make one and like it because you get double entries. All right. Chris McGough still slinging Norwegian crones at my ass. What is going on, Chris McGough? I don't deserve this, man. My boy. Oh, my God. 500 Norwegian crones. As long as he keeps up the drugs or cool crap, he won't get any sympathy. Also, if you've heard Gas Voice, you know I've lost friends to those to drugs. My first girlfriend punched out at 18. The whole situation gives me deja vu. Yeah, dude. So I know nothing about the voice thing. I'm a vanilla ass bitch. Okay. So I don't know nothing about that. So somebody can explain it to me better. Hold on, her Gas Voice. I'm gonna Google that Gas Voice. All I can think of is helium. When you sound like a gerbil. Thank you, Chris McGough. I love you, Chris McGough. I appreciate you, Chris McGough. You are the man, the myth, the legend. Oops. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you. Coming in strong with a 500 Norwegian Crows. Love you, dude. He's the man. Always hanging out. We appreciate you, Chris McGoof. Ashley Beth says, get naked. All right. Damn, Jesus. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. All right. Let's do it right now. We're going to do Naked Snake, guys. We are 75 likes, by the way, from 500. That's crazy shit, boys. Let's do Naked Steak, and then we're gonna raid Moxie Dame. I appreciate Nick for showing up in the chat and hanging out with you, boy. Appreciate you, Chris McGough. Appreciate you. Big shout out to Golo fucking Flaw. Wow. Thank you, baby. I love you. You are very attractive. Yes. And then, of course, Eric Allen, also very attractive. Appreciate you. Billy Hatcher, not really. But Fidelio is. Van Ricks, I love you. Billy, I love you. Jenny, I love you. Cash Kester, I love you. Chris McGough, I love you. All right, let's go. Here we go. Here we go, boys. 460 in a row. Here we go, boys. I have hat hair, so get ready.
What a thrill with darkness and silence
Oof.
through the night. What a thrill.
All right.
I'm searching and I'm melting to you. What a feeling
Perfect.
in my heart.
Here we go, boys.
But you're so supreme. I give my life, not for honor, but for you. Snake eater.
In my time, there be nobody else. Cry, it's the way I fly to you, Narco Wookie. I'm still in a dream, Snake Eater. Here we go.
Someday you'll go through the rain. Someday you feel on a tree frog. It's a trial to survive.
Oh my gosh! I give my life, Ashley, not for honor, but for you. Yeah, in my time, there be nobody else. Helena, here we go. Cry, it's the way I fly to you. One more time, boys. I'm still in a dream, Snake Eater. Narco Wookie, that is 460 times in a row. Not one day has been missed. Not one. Here we go. Amazing. Unbelievable support today, guys. I appreciate you guys so much for all your love and support. Big shout out to my boys in the chat, Billy Hatcher, Ben Reeks, my boy, Fidelio, Rekieta, Billy Hatcher, my friend. Eric Allen coming in strong with them red boys. Go low, flow with a $210 super chat. Unbelievable support. Don't forget Chris McGough with his 500 Norwegian krones. Beautiful man. Beautiful man. Appreciate you guys so much. New video coming tomorrow, of course, as per usual. And the announcement for the winners of the giveaway will probably be either Wednesday or Friday. I want to get a sufficient amount of people on there. My goal is to get 1,000 people to enter, which means I'll give away double what I was planning on giving away. But that's just kind of up in the air. But I'm definitely giving away 10 prizes from just that pool of people so far. So make sure, if you have not, go click this Instagram link It is in the chat right now. And you can, if you do not have an Instagram, make one for double entries. So you can have a double entry in there. And all you got to do is like it. That's all you got to do. Just like it. You're done. Create an Instagram, like the post of my merch. It's very obviously the most recent one. All right, boys, we're going to raid Jessie. I say Jessie. Her name's Jess. Moxie Dame. We're going to give Moxie Dame some love. So make sure you say Cam Raid in the chat. You do not have to go over there. It'll automatically transfer you over there right now. So I'll see you guys Wednesday. So don't miss it. I love you. I appreciate it. I saw my boy in here. Where'd you go? Freddie Colton. He probably left immediately. Oh, shit. Saw you, man. Appreciate you, dude. I'll see you guys Wednesday. Don't miss it. We're going to have a lot of fun. So I love you and I appreciate you. Go like the Instagram post and say Cam Raid in the chat right now. Here we go.